Thank you for the warm welcome, and a huge thank you to Paul and his team from the ZeroSuicide Community Awareness Program and all the organisations who have flown in, like myself, to support this super important event. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for gathering here today to address urgent and critical issues that demand our attention and advocacy. As the introduction stated, I represent the Eeny, Meeny, Miney, Foundation, an organisation committed to supporting the entire family system who experience parental alienating behaviours. I stand before you as a concerned member of our community, echoing the voices of many who share a common goal, the well-being of men and boys in our society, and a commitment to tackle the alarming rates of male suicide in Australia. I'm here to shed light on a pervasive issue that not only affects families but has a profound impact on individuals, often leading to tragic outcomes, a silent epidemic with devastating consequences. I'm talking about the insidious tactics employed by some parents in alienating, erasing their children from the other parent's life, which often includes erasing the extended family. It's crucial to understand the depths of this emotional abuse, where the child becomes an emotional confidant and a weapon. Denigration and vilification are some of the tools, and interference with precious time together is a heart-wrenching reality. Imagine a parent eradicating the other parent from a child's life, using emotional manipulation through rewards and punishment, gatekeeping behaviours, blocking communication, inappropriate disclosures to the child, encouraging the child to be defiant or aggressive towards the other parent, or working the child up, making the child's time with the other parent full of conflict, or teaching the child to be entitled towards the other parent, that all the other parent is good for is money grabs. Using the child as a spy to gather information, often resulting in half-truths or lies, all reported back to appease their manipulative parent. The information is then blown out of proportion or twisted and used as further ammunition against the other parent. Parental alienating behaviours extend beyond bad-mouthing the other parent and denying contact. We can continue to unveil the power of non-verbal cues, when negative body language, facial expressions, and a manipulative tone of voice intricately shape a child's perception, adding complexity to the dynamics of alienation. The vulnerable child is subjected to relentless interrogation, which often leads to false allegations of bad parenting or abuse by the other parent. The child gives in and tells the interrogative parent precisely what they want to hear, the child not realising the consequences. The child withdraws out of guilt and shame, but the alienating parent blames the other parent for the child's rejection. The profound loss of a child or parent is devastating. Alienated victims grapple with traumatic loss, mourning their living child or parent. Experiencing despair, helplessness, frustration, anger, and confusion can lead to the deterioration of mental health, and ultimately it can lead to suicide. Preventing parents from alienating their children from the other parent is paramount. The silent suffering of children, often unaware they are victims of emotional child abuse, demands urgent attention. As we look around, we won't see young people's shoes on display here. I'm aware of alienated children as young as 11 years old who have died by suicide recently. Imagine the loneliness, distress, emotional torment and suffering these children have experienced in the families they leave behind. The grief and the losses continue. Then there are all the parents who have taken their lives. I can no longer keep up with these numbers. Outside forces are often utilised to cause harm to the other parent, such as family court, police, child protection, schools, DV organisations and so forth, all of whom are not educated in these abusive and manipulative behaviours. If anything, they worsen matters, as these cases can be counterintuitive to the untrained. When a high anxiety or manipulative parent confidently communicates information with detailed explanations and a lot of emotional expressions, it doesn't mean these events described are accurate or truthful. False allegations and the misuse of restraining orders in custody disputes are often the weapon of choice in moderate to severe alienation cases, causing severe consequences. Restraining orders are intended to protect victims of domestic violence. These orders are increasingly used as tactics in divorce and child custody battles, leading to emotional, social and financial devastation for the accused parent and for a child, the loss of a parent. False allegations are employed for various motives, such as gaining a divorce advantage, controlling a parent, isolating them from their children, or misrepresenting them as a dangerous parent. Alienated parents endure complex grief and face significant financial and emotional costs in the legal systems, and mental health and DV services are ill-equipped to support these victims. In most scenarios, they are severely judged and sometimes sent to take anger management programs when they are the victim. This happens to men and women, I must include. In alienation situations, you are guilty until you prove your innocence. The falsely accused life is under the magnifying glass, scrutinised, affecting employment, financial situation, parent role and personal well-being. The system's slow response time allows manipulative tactics to damage relationships further, leaving children and parents without meaningful connections and causing immense stress and psychological harm. Recent research has revealed that many mental health practitioners in family law are not up to date with the latest peer-reviewed research and evidence-based practices, nor do they use current evidence-based, valid and reliable assessment tools and frameworks. It is crucial that practitioners providing expert reports or therapeutic interventions to families engaged in family law disputes are properly trained and accredited, and not by self-appointed educating bodies with a self-interest. Their work must also be monitored and regulated to ensure the families receive safe, effective, trauma-informed and scientifically sound therapeutic intervention programs without hiding the secrecy of Section 121 of the Family Law Act. We need to work towards breaking these destructive chains that threaten the very fabric of our families and communities. Now let's discuss the petition for a Minister for Men and Boys. Advocates like Paul from the ZeroSuicide Community Awareness Program have long called for a Minister for Men and Boys, which often falls on deaf ears. This call is not about undermining the importance of female issues, but ensuring equitable attention to the distinct challenges faced by men and boys. The petition outlines the crucial priorities, including addressing suicide rates, male victims of violence, promoting emotional and social well-being, and fostering economic security. This is a call for empathy and understanding, recognising that just as girls and women face specific issues, men and boys face unique challenges too. Furthermore, we must address the profound issue of parental alienating behaviours, understanding the multifaceted challenges faced by alienated parents. In conclusion, our purpose is not to pit one gender against the other, but to advocate for an inclusive, understanding and compassionate society. By supporting the petition for a Minister for Men and Boys, you are also acknowledging the challenges faced by victims of alienating behaviours. We need a community that cares for everyone. I urge each of you to consider the gravity of these issues and join us in our collective effort for positive change. Together we can create a society that uplifts every individual and fosters equality, empathy and well-being. For those of you on Facebook, we created a page called @Minister for Men and Boys, and you'll see the petition that is pinned on the first post. And to learn more about parental alienating behaviours and the harm they cause, along with the latest research, you can visit emm.org.au. I thank you for your attention and commitment to these important issues. Together we can make a lasting impact on the well-being of our society. Thank you.